My St. Patty's Day get up. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. And Dorf, I just hope you remember this St. Patty's Day. That's all I care about. The memories. Malt liquor memories. Oh. Speaking of Dorf, I saw Glitch come back. Welcome back, Glitch. Silly goose. Like and fucking subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Oh, man. So I dressed up just for you. Wanted to, like, make the best video I could. Oh, fucking malt liquor. That takes me back. Fairly Weeko and all that business. I swear to God, some of the things that we got up to way back in the day still make me belly laugh. Some of the things that I think about actually make me belly laugh harder than anything that's happened in the real life. Oh my God. Anyway, actually, what I wanted to talk about, so I kind of was thinking about this yesterday, was I made a video a long time ago called Advice for Young People. And it was basically it was about being self-reliant and the importance of being self-reliant. I didn't think about it, but I thought about it now that you might say, oh, it sounds good to be self-reliant, but my friend or my family member or my company or whatever, my girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, or whatever says, oh, there's an opportunity for you to do a part of this. And I think that you gotta ask yourself, can I do that myself? I think that all these things that people offer you, like you got a buddy that knows how to work on Jeeps and you got a Jeep and your Jeep broke down. You call him up and say fuck, my Jeep just broke down in my driveway. Can you take a look at it? And, he's not doing anything, or she's not doing anything that weekend, and they're like, yeah, I'll come on over, I'll bring some beer. If they're like, you can't this weekend, but next weekend, I'm like, oh no, I just wanted to see if you were available now. I got a Jeep place that I've already checked out. I'm gonna go take it in there, but I appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes. There's opportunities that would, it'd be kind of nice. It'd be nice if your friend came over and worked on your Jeep. It'd be kind of nice if, you did this thing with those people and went in on that thing with those people and shared this with those people. If it's just kind of nice and not that big of a deal, it's just, that's kind of nice. And I think that what some of these inspirations, some of these opportunities should be inspirations for can I do that by myself? I went on a hike with some people, and it was a long hike. It was a several day hike, and it was fairly miserable. And I could kind of tell that it was going to be before. But one of the things is there were some unfamiliar things about the hike, and so I'm like, well, I'll go, and it'll probably be fine, and I'll learn some stuff. It would have been better probably if I would have learned that stuff by going to take some classes, doing some research, watching some videos, get the books, buy your own equipment, and go out there and try it yourself, where it's just you, or you and someone else, doing it together for the shared experience. You don't have to do everything alone, but learning those things could be I should have said can I learn it somewhere else, that kind of thing. I don't want to give too many examples because I don't want to talk too much about that kind of stuff, but the idea is that oh, fucking 4 minutes. The idea is that if you put too much weight on anybody, it's not going to be good. Everyone has their own weight to carry, and the other thing is and you should ask help from your friends, of course. I'm not saying that, but you can't put too much on them. Like I had one friend, like I think I helped him move. I can't remember. He counted. Like I helped him move almost every single time he's ever moved in a couple decades, and he'd counted it all. And he's looking at me. He's like, "Well, you're a good friend." As if it took him a couple decades to figure that out. But then, so I hadn't thought that way, and I suddenly thought, um, I'm kind of like that guy's go-to, like, um, for driving him on camping trips or driving him to the coast or driving over there to help him move and driving him to the new town he lives in and then taking the bus or the train back, taking my time off work to help him out. Like, here's the thing, he should have just hired movers. Because that was the thing, like, I did kind of realize that he was just using me. And so if I wasn't a tool for him, and so he'd be a fun guy every once in a while to meet and have a beer with. But if he couldn't meet me at the campground or he couldn't meet me at the river for boating, it's like, well, he's not really a boater. He's relying on me for transportation, relying on me for the boat. Like, I'm just basically his provider of entertainment. The other thing is, like, you could trust people. That it's one of the things. The biggest naive thing about me is I assume that you can meet people and you have to. I assume that everyone's goal, and I know that it's difficult to say, like it's like to be the best person that they could be. And my idea is that, like, so if you tell lies, you're just growing up telling lies, and then you get caught, especially as you get older, and telling lies even worse for you. Some people just like, I just need to be better at lying. Like, my thought was, like, everyone would realize, like, you can't lie. You just got to be honest, Other people are like, I just need to try harder to be deceptive. And what I've seen a lot as I get older is people that lie a lot actually are really good at just moving from social group to social group to social group. They'll move to a big city and they'll just burn 100 bridges, but there's a big city, there's 1,000 more bridges. And like, this person actually will get involved in medieval carpentry or computer coding classes, not because he wants to know carpentry or computer coding, but he needs to get into with another group of people and then make friends with their friends, and like, all because he can't manage his lying, or lying is so important to him that he needs new people to lie to. It's a fucking mystery to me, bro. It's a mystery to me. But there's people out there that will give you advice specifically tailored to have the greatest negative impact upon you. And I always just thought, like, oh no, you don't know enough information, or and then you realize, like, all their advice is kind of like a version of guided harm, and they like fucking people up, fucking people over. Like, I've had a couple friends that, like, kind of like were into pranks, but the pranks were a little bit mean, and I noticed their advice was very similar. So they just kind of like fucking people over. It's weird. I was following like a philosophy group, and I said, I basically put out there, I'm like, what about this kind of person? What about that kind of person? What about this kind of behavior? And it's like, everyone decides what they're going to be, and they want to be the best at it. Like, the value that you put on being honest, let's say, is the same value they put on being dishonest. You feel like you're being good for being an honest person. He feels like he's being good for being a liar. Like, it doesn't make any sense, except for if you write it out like a math problem, like that, it equals that behavior. Like, lying is good. Deceiving people is good. Deceiving people makes me feel good, makes me feel in control, it makes me feel smart. Like, it can do all these things. So if you get caught, it doesn't take away how great you felt. It's like, it was kind of like the ride's over. It's like, oh, yeah, that could only go so long, but maybe I could trick him again later. I'll tell him I'm sorry. think about something sad, maybe I'll cry. What's making that weird noise? I better go find out what that is. All right, talk to you later.